In this lesson, we're going to have a look at the topic linear coding. So linear coding is something students find quite difficult initially, but as soon as you realise that it's actually not that complicated and it's only the terminology, linear coding, that makes it difficult, then we're on to something. So let's have a look now. So as always, we get straight in there with an example. So this worked example 1, calculate the mean and standard deviations of the following data sets using your calculator. How are the means and standard deviations related? So you might want to pause the video and do this yourself, but I'm going to get straight in there, straight into statistics mode. One variable, I'm going to put this in the list. So 1001, 1005, 1007, 1008, and one variable calculation. So there we've got the mean x bar is 1005.25. So x bar equals 1005.25. Make that look more like a 5. And the standard deviation sigma is 2.681. So sigma equals 2.681. And there we have it, the mean and standard deviation of that set there. Let's do it for the second set now. So if we go back, delete all that, and put the new data set in 1, 5, 7, 8. And once again, doing a one variable calculation, we get the mean and standard deviation of the new data set. So let's call this one y. So we've got y bar was 5.25. And we saw that the standard deviation was 2.681 again. So sigma equals 2.681 again. So those sets of data you should notice are closely related. So the question asks us here, how are the means and standard deviations related? So let's just analyse what we've done here. Well, to get from this data set to this data set here, we've actually applied what's called a linear code. We've put this data into a particular linear function, which has generated the new set of data. So what we simply did is we took 1000 from each set. So the linear code we applied was the y values, i.e. the values in part 2, were just the x values, take 1000. So the linear code that we've applied is y equals x take 1000. Now, if we look at how the means are related, we can see that the y bar mean is just 1000 less than x bar. Y bar equals x bar minus 1000. So that linear code we've applied corresponds directly to the means as well. But the interesting part is the standard deviations are both the same. So to differentiate between them, I'm going to give that a little subscript x and a little subscript y. But why has this linear code had absolutely no effect on the standard deviations? Well, that's quite simple, because every single item of data has been translated or shifted 1000 units to the left. So the data after the transformation is still no more spread out than it was. Remember, standard deviation is a measure of spread, and the data is still equally spaced. The gaps between the data are no bigger than they were before we applied the linear code. So the gaps between the data are exactly the same. Therefore, the standard deviation won't change. Standard deviation measures spread. So when we apply a code like this, the standard deviation of the original set is the same as the standard deviation of the coded set. So to summarise, and this is a really important point here that I'm going to write in red, if we've got y equals x plus or minus a value, let's call it k, in this case k was minus 1000, the y bar is just the same code applied to the original mean. However, the standard deviation of the two sets will remain the same, because simply performing a translation of data doesn't affect the spread, therefore won't affect the standard deviation. And that there is that type of coding covered. Let's now have a look at another example where a different type of code is going to be applied. So do the same. Calculate the mean and standard deviations of the following data using your calculator. And as before, we're going to have a look at how the means and standard deviations are related in this case. So pause the video, put that in your calculator if you want. I'll spare you watching me put it in my calculator. We'll just jump straight to it having been done. And jumping forward in time, we got the X bar to be 5,000 and the standard deviation to be 2549.5. So X bar equals 5,000 and the standard deviation of X equals 2549.5. Just checking that those are right before I move on. And indeed they are. Right, so the second set, do it again. And once again, jumping forward in time, we see that Y bar this time was 5. And the standard deviation of Y this time is 2.5495. So now have a think for a moment. Pause the video and have a think about what the relationship between those is and see if you can deduce a pattern. And hopefully you've noticed that to get from this data set to this one here, we simply divide by 1,000. So now try and deduce the connection between the means and standard deviations. Well, hopefully you can see in this case that the mean and the standard deviation have both been divided by 1,000. So whilst in the example before, if we added or subtracted a number as part of the code, it did that to the mean but didn't do anything to the standard deviation. We're seeing here that in both cases it's divided the mean and standard deviation by 1,000. So let's have a look at what we've just discovered. So the code we applied in this case was Y equals X over 1,000. And we saw that the Y bar was the X bar over 1,000. We applied that linear code to the mean. But we also saw that the standard deviation of Y was the standard deviation of X divided by 1,000. Now, why is that? In this case, dividing by 1,000 makes the gap between the data 1,000 times smaller. And because standard deviation measures spread, the standard deviation which measures that spread also reduced by a factor of 1,000. So that's a really important point here. This does affect the gaps between the data. Therefore, it will affect the standard deviation. So to summarize, if we have the code Y equals K times X, in this case, K was 1,000th, we get Y bar equals K times X bar. And we also get that the standard deviation changes. Standard deviation of Y is K times the standard deviation of X. So they're the two rules that you've got to remember. So when it's just a translation, it affects the mean but not the standard deviation. If multiplying by a factor, it affects both the mean and standard deviation by that factor. Really important point to remember. And that there is the basics of linear coding. So now let's have a look at some examples that combine two types of transformation, and let's have a look at how to deal with those. So let's have a look. So the number of red cars X that pass a particular point on a road over the course of a day is counted 5 different days of the week. The results are as follows, and there you have the data there. To make the data easier to handle, the linear code Y equals X minus 400 over 10 is applied to the data. Calculate the new data set after the linear code has been applied. So there's actually quite a neat little way of doing this on the calculator. If we go into table mode, and we do f of x equals, so x minus 400 over 10, like that. Forget about the second function. And we'll start at 425. and end at 425, the first item in the list. And we see there that it gives us 2.5 as the first value. So 2.5 is the first value. Now what this allows us to do is just change this value. So if I put 474 in there, like that, it tells me it's 7.4. And if we keep going like that, 423, there it is there. 485 and 466, like that. We see all the data. So 2.3, 8.5, 6.6, 2.3, 8.5, and 6.6. And there's the new data set after the code has been applied. So, determine the mean and standard deviation of this data set. Let's go into statistics mode now. One variable. And let's put the data in quickly. 2.5, 7.4, 2.3, 8.5, and 6.6. One variable calculation. I can see that the mean and standard deviations of the coded data are 5.46 and 2.571 respectively. So getting that down on paper, there we go. Y bar, the coded data mean, is 5.46 and the standard deviation of Y is 2.571. So it says deduce the mean and standard deviation of the original data set. So we're working backwards now. So let's have a look at the code. Y equals x minus 400 over 10. Y equals x minus 400 over 10. So let's try and get that back to say x equals now. So that means that 10y equals x minus 400. And that means that x equals 10y plus 400. So we can see that there's two types of transformation in this linear code being used. We've multiplied by 10 to get back to the original, and we're adding 400. So we know that that x bar, using that code, must be 10 lots of the y bar plus 400. So the transformation applies directly to the mean. So let's work that out. So 10 lots of 5.46 plus 400 equals 454.6. And the standard deviation of x, and remember, we're increasing the gaps between the data by a factor of 10, so the standard deviation will increase also by a factor of 10. However, these translations have no effect on the standard deviation, so all we are going to do is multiply this standard deviation by 10, ignore the translation, equals 25.71, don't need a calculator, times it by 10. And there we have it, the mean and standard deviation of the original data set. So it is just a case of remembering these rules and applying them. So I want to go through one final example, and that example is for grouped data and applying linear codes to grouped data. So let's have a look at this example here. So this example says a gardener wishes to measure the heights, x centimeters, of 100 of a particular type of plant he is growing. The following are the results. And there they are there. He then applies to the data the linear code y equals x minus 100 over 5. By applying this particular coding, find the mean and standard deviation of y, and hence deduce the mean and standard deviation of the original set x. So the thing to recognize here is that we're only going to be working with the midpoints of the data. So really, we only need to apply the linear code to the midpoints. So let's work out the midpoints. You might want to pause the video and do it yourself here. So the midpoint of 100 to 120 is 110. Then we've got 125 as the next midpoint, 140 as the midpoint after that, and 155 as the midpoint after that. If unsure, add the two numbers together, divide by 2 is the quickest way of finding the midpoint if you can't spot it straight away. So those are the midpoints. So now the coded data, we're going to apply that transformation to the midpoints and see what happens. So as I showed you before, go to table mode, and it's going to be fraction button x minus 100 over 5, like that. The first number we're going to apply it to is 110, end at 110, like that. And it's done the first one for us. We get 2. So the new midpoint is going to be 2. And let's put the rest of the data in. So 125, 140, and 155. And there we have all of the new midpoints as well. So 2, 5, 8, and 11. With frequencies as before, 15, 25, 38, and 22. So what we need to do now is find the mean and standard deviation of this set and use it to deduce the mean and standard deviation of the original set. So admittedly, this is a bit of a contrived question because we could have just put the original set into the calculator and had done with it. But I really want to test you on your knowledge of linear coding. Therefore, going the roundabout way of doing this is the more sensible way of doing it for understanding. So let's find the mean and standard deviation of this set here. We'll go into stats mode and throw the data in there. So midpoints are 2, 5, 8, and 11. The frequencies are 15, 25, 38, and 22. Whizzing through that, so we get the mean to be, so I'll call this y bar equals, because this is the coded data, y bar equals 7.01. And the standard deviation of y is 2.941. Now we're going to use that and the linear code to deduce the mean and standard deviation of the original set. So let's rearrange it to find what x equals. We've got the code y equals x minus 100 over 5. Let's rearrange that to get 5y equals x minus 100. And rearrange that to get x equals 5y plus 100. So knowing what you know about linear coding now, we know that the original mean, x bar, must have that code applied. It must be 5 lots of y bar plus 100. And that there gives us 135.05. And remember, the standard deviation, translations or adding or subtracting don't affect the standard deviation. They don't affect the spread of the data. So sigma of x is only 5 lots of the standard deviation of y. So 5 lots of 2.941, which is equal to 14.705. 14.705. And there we have it, finding the mean and standard deviation of linearly coded sets